On this episode of the Turnbuckle, Dominic Mysterio's mom is going to decide the fate of his Wrestlemania 39 match. Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer speculate that WWE seems to have plans for after WrestleMania, and we get an update on Bray Wyatt and WWE's WrestleMania 39 match. Folks, we're in your favorite wrestling move and some wrestling news because it's time for the Turnbuckle. Y'all like a little jig idea? In recent weeks, Dominic Mysterio has made repeated attempts to get Rey Mysterio to wrestle him at WrestleMania 39, only to be turned down. On last night's Raw, Dominic came up with a new plan to goad his soon-to-be WWE Hall of Fame father to give him the match he wants. "I'm not going to stop until I get what I want," Dominic said after defeating Johnny Gargano in a singles match. This Friday night at SmackDown in Las Vegas, the entire Mysterio family will be there live. I believe that's the same family that blocked my number, kicked me out of the group chat, and wanted nothing to do with me. "I have figured out a way for you to accept my match," Dominic continued, "and that's going to happen when I say hi to Mom and ask for her permission so you can wrestle me. That is only if you have the balls to get them out of her purse." Later in the night, Dominic appeared on Raw Talk to brag about his dominant victory over Gargano, but proceeded to caution his father about his plans for Friday. "If I have to beat an answer out of my dad in front of the entire Mysterio family, I will," Dominic stressed. WWE later confirmed that the entire Mysterio family will be in attendance for Friday's SmackDown, where Rey is scheduled to wrestle LA Knight in a singles match. It would appear that the Mysterio vs. Mysterio match could be made official soon, seeing as Rey is slated to enter the WWE Hall of Fame immediately after the March 31st SmackDown at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. This Friday's show will be the penultimate episode of the Blue Brand show ahead of next weekend's WrestleMania 39. Okay, can somebody help me, please? Like, I am a massive idiot. I'm not going to deny that, okay? I need help. So, Dom wants to fight Rey. Okay? You're with me so far, right? Dom wants to fight Rey, okay? Stay with me. Rey says no, right? So, Dom is like, "Oh, well, you're an asshole." And then Rey's like, "Well, I'm still not going to fight you." And then Dom's like, "Okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to ask my mom, I'm going to ask my mom for permission to fight you." So he's going to go to his mom and he's going to say, "Mom, can I fight my dad at WrestleMania?" Or is he going to say, "Mom, can you let my dad fight me at WrestleMania?" What is he asking his mom permission for? I don't understand. I don't know why he's going to. And then on Raw Talk, he was like, "I'm going to beat the answer out of him." So why are you asking your mom then? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how his mom ties into this, because if he's just going to beat Rey up into saying yes, then why does his mom need to get involved, right? I'm sure the storyline is going to be great. I kind of got a little bit tripped up there, right? So if you call me an idiot for it, I'm like, I have no problem with that. I'm probably going to cry about it still, but like, you know, I don't really take any umbrage with that. I'm just a little bit confused as to the hierarchy, because you're asking your mom, but you're still going to beat up your dad. So it kind of just feels like your mom is redundant, because if it sounds like you're just going to go after your dad and then goad him into doing it anyway, then why do your sister and your mom need to be there? And then if she is the one who decides whether or not the match happens, then Rey is just chopped liver. I don't know. Listen, we're just gonna have to wait to see what happens on SmackDown. So until then, I'm just gonna be completely confused. Okay. Next, we're gonna talk about WWE and how they seem to have plans for after WrestleMania, according to Dave Meltzer and Bryan Alvarez. Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer discussed the Cody Rhodes/Roman Reigns segment from Monday's Raw. On Tuesday's Wrestling Observer Radio, Alvarez went over the back and forth between Reigns and Rhodes. At the end of his promo, Rhodes suggested that after WrestleMania is over and he walks away champion, members of the Bloodline will turn against Reigns. Alvarez thought, based on what he saw on Friday's SmackDown and Monday's Raw, it seems that WWE has plans beyond WrestleMania next month. "They have a plan," Alvarez said, "and they are planting a lot of seeds into this plan over the last couple of days." Alvarez brought up that there is usually a post-WrestleMania lull, but that may not be the case here. Meltzer recalled times where after WrestleMania, Vince McMahon would push people he didn't believe in, only to focus on things that mattered to him later in the year. Vince, when he had it, would do things he thought the fans wanted but didn't really want. And then the period until building up SummerSlam was kind of like, okay, I did what the fans wanted, they were wrong, I gotta go with this until I squash the guy fans like. Then we can do business, Meltzer said. Now this is solely down to my opinion, right? And my opinion of the entire storyline is I don't like when stuff like this is spoon-fed to you. I like where if you like recognize it and you focus enough, then you'll actually see it. And I'm not saying that stuff like this has to happen to the point where the casual fans have no idea what's going on. But like, I like stuff where it's like the casual fans get it, and the hardcore fans, if you dig deeper into it, you start finding out more stuff, and it makes it more interesting. I don't like the fact that every single person and their grandmother is saying, oh, the bloodline's done after WrestleMania, the bloodline's done after WrestleMania, the bloodline's gonna leave you after WrestleMania. Don't stop saying it. Stop saying it. Allude to it. Plant seeds with it. Because right now, from the outside looking in, it seems like the bloodline is not going anywhere. At least from the way it looks. Just because he's saying it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. The whole Solo Sikoa thing that happened last night, I mean, that was like a tinge, I guess. And if you hadn't have said like anything, that would have been more impactful, because it would have been like, you know, Solo, hey, Solo didn't listen to Roman. Oh, what does that mean? But now that we've been hearing it over and over and over and over and over again, now when Solo did it, it's like, oh, hey, it's just like that thing that they would not stop talking about. Hey, look, Solo's doing that thing that if it was happening all on its own, it would have definitely been way more compelling. But since nobody won't shut up about it, now that it happened, it's kind of like, oh, well, I kind of saw that coming. You know, you don't have to talk about it. You can plant the seeds without like spoon feeding it. Hey, this is what's happening right now, and this is what's going to happen. You don't have to keep doing that. But that's just me. Okay, for all we know, at the end of WrestleMania, the bloodline could still be intact, and you know, maybe down the line it will slowly start to like fall apart, and then it'll build to like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a fatal 4-way. No, that one, never mind. The point is, it could potentially culminate to something else, and we don't necessarily know what that could be. But again, I don't like that everybody just like, you know, won't stop talking about it. But you know, that's just my opinion. Finally, we get an update on Bray Wyatt and his WWE WrestleMania 39 match. As mentioned by Dave Meltzer in both his Sunday Daily Update and appearance on Sunday night's main event, Bray Wyatt is dealing with an illness that has kept him on the sidelines in WWE. He was supposed to be on Friday's SmackDown, but missed the show due to the unspecified illness. On Sunday night's main event, Meltzer said that when he asked WWE about whether the planned match between Wyatt and Bobby Lashley was still on for WrestleMania, he didn't get a definitive answer either way. Meltzer said Wyatt is still with the company and that his gut instinct is the match is, quote, up in the air for whether it actually happens, with less than 2 weeks to go before WrestleMania weekend. The match hasn't been mentioned on WWE TV since the Monday, March 6th Raw. You all already know how I feel about the match, right? You know that I was already talking about how it kind of seems a little bit weird and how it came out of left field, and I don't understand why Bray Wyatt randomly the whole build up to it kind of didn't really make any sense to me personally, right? And as far as I can tell, the match going into WrestleMania, this is probably the least hype match for WrestleMania. Like Lesnar and Omos has more build than Lashley and Bray. And it doesn't help that Bray got It doesn't help that Bray got sick, right? And it also doesn't help that yesterday's Monday, there was no Bobby Lashley or Bray Wyatt. Like, there was nothing. So, and then Meltzer is saying that it's up in the air. So, I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea. They could still go with the match for all we know, right? At the end of the day, they'd just be like, actually, surprise, the match is still happening. Or they could just cancel it. Hey, right? Chop it off. Nobody's really going to, lose their minds about it. I sure am not, right? So I was thinking about this, right? Imagine a line of cars, and each car is a match at WrestleMania, and they're all driving the same speed, and they're all parallel. Now imagine the Bray Wyatt Bobby Lashley storyline is just slowly starting to slow down and drift away from the other line of cars. That's pretty much what is happening right now. I don't think the match should have happened anyway. I think that the way Bray has been booked, right, since his return has been very lackluster, very disappointing. He's had one match so far, and that match wasn't even really that good. The only thing anybody is talking about when it comes to that match is the fact that Uncle Huddy jumped off of something and then fell through the stage. That was it. Do the Hurt Business storyline already. Just do it already. Stop being cowards. I'm so sick of seeing the Hurt Business storyline. It crops up, and then it dies down. And then it comes up again, and then it dies down. And then there's like subtle backstage segments about it, and then it dies down again. Just do it already. Just pull the trigger. Jeez Louise. Bobby's not doing anything. Cedric isn't doing anything. Sheldon isn't doing anything. Like, bro, just have it happen, man. But that's just me, okay? We're going to have to wait and see if the match actually does happen. And if it does, then hopefully after that's all said and done, then we'll finally get into the bloodline. Not the Hurt Business storyline, but until then, only time will tell. What do we talk about? Is Dominic Mysterio's mom going to book the match at WrestleMania? Or is Dominic Mysterio going to beat Ray up? And then his mom is going to be like, okay, you can have the match. But I'm so confused. Please leave a comment down below. And also follow it up with, man, you're an idiot. Don't do that. I'm going to cry. I bruise like a peach, all right? WWE seems to have plans for after WrestleMania. I can't really see into the future, so I don't necessarily know what's going to happen with that. I don't like the fact that Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes are like, oh, that's the end of you. You're not gonna have the ball anymore. Rah, rah, rah. But then again, it makes sense. Like I said, in kayfabe, it makes sense that they're the ones who are constantly talking about it and everything. I see where they're coming from, right? But I don't like the fact that this storyline in particular is kind of being spoon-fed to everybody. I think this is the type of storyline where you could have like subtle details and hints and stuff like that. Like Bray Wyatt's sick, okay? He's got the bubble guts. That's it, okay? It's coming out of both ends. He doesn't know what to do with himself. And Bobby Lashley's like, look, man, I'm not dealing with that. Okay, I think that the best thing to go with right now is to just sort of take that storyline, throw it away, okay? Do something else. I don't know, man. I would love to see Bray. I would love to see everybody at WrestleMania. Like, I'm so glad that the Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, Ricochet, Braun Strowman, and Alpha Academy are wrestling. I don't even care about the match. I'm so happy that they are at WrestleMania, man. I'm over the moon about that. And I would love to see Bray and Bobby in the same position, but I would rather them be in a match that has a better build, or like, you know, the match on paper seems like it's going to be more interesting than this current idea that they're going with right now, where it kind of just doesn't really seem like anything is going to be happening one way or another, and the overall build itself isn't really as compelling as I feel as though that it could have been. So hopefully, right? I don't even know what to hope for, to be totally honest with you. I honestly have no idea what to hope for. Well, I hope that Bray gets better sooner rather than later, and I hope that this is more motivation to go with the Hurt Business storyline than to go with the storyline that doesn't necessarily help out both parties. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's just, you know, how I feel. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.